Hey, it's me again, Patrick Galliano, your candidate for President of the United States in 2016. Here I am today, and folks, I got to get this off my chest, okay? I have sent messages to the major news medias, have heard nothing back. Apparently, they think I'm just some guy from a small town in Wisconsin, and they really don't care. But here's the bottom line, folks. Anytime you come up and you come out and you say what America wants to hear, the media wants to shut me down. And that's okay. That's okay. But the bottom line is, you, the American public, have the choice to get my voice heard, to get my ideas out there, and to help me push even harder to get to the White House. Win, lose, whatever. It doesn't matter about that. But the voice of the United States citizens in this country need to be heard. And I want to be that spokesman for you. Somebody said to me this last week, well, usually you have to go through the process of being in public office for so many years. So in other words, folks, what they want is another president who has a silver spoon in his mouth. That's not me, okay? I am not a millionaire, not even close to a millionaire. But what I am is I am a man who has some common sense, which I wish would be used more in Washington. And I am a man that has great ideas for this great country to become number one. So why do we keep spinning our wheels going through the same motion every 4 years? This is what happens. People make promises and they say, I'm going to do this for you and I'm going to do that. But they forget there's other people that have a say-so in that. And what I'm talking about is running for president, you still have to get with Congress. And everybody has to be in agreement to make this happen. Well, I feel that at least 75 to 80% of you, the American public, are understanding where I'm coming from and are in agreement with me according to many, many messages I have received. So here's the bottom line. Let's make this happen, folks. What are we waiting for? Let's get the word out there. Let's put the pressure on Fox News. Let's put the pressure on CNN, all the major networks. Let's get me on so that the American public can hear what I have to say. Now, this is not a fly-by-night thing. I'm very serious about this. Washington needs change. And the difference between me and everyone else is that I have no problem sitting down with Democrat, Republican, whoever from Congress once a week. Let's sit down. Come to the White House. We'll have dinner. Okay? But let's sit down and let's work out these details. Let's get some things done in Washington. And the biggest thing that infuriates me is that every time it comes budget time, we hold the country hostage. Okay, we start telling people on Social Security, well, you might not get your benefits if we don't come to an agreement. That is so wrong, folks. That is so wrong. What kind of government cannot get together? I mean, we're talking a matter of 500 plus people, folks, getting together and coming into agreement. And Mr. President, you need to start acting with Congress to do what's best for this country, not for your own personal agenda. This is wrong. This is what's wrong with this country. We put people in office who have more money than they need, and then we expect them to make changes for everybody. That's not going to happen, folks. It's going to happen for those other people who have money, but the middle class, quote unquote middle class, if you still want to refer to everyone as that, and the poor people still have to scrape by. So here's what happens at election time. Promises are made. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And we talk about it. Oh, that's a great idea. Elect the guy, and then what happens? Nothing. After 3 years, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And everybody jumps back on the bandwagon again. It has been a repeated process for years. And then about a year or two after the person is elected, everybody's, well, he's horrible, or he's this, or he's that. Well, here's the problem I have. Somebody voted for the guy, okay? We have this problem in Wisconsin. Everybody's against Scott Walker. Not only did he win an election, he won a recall election, and then won another election again. But yet everybody's complaining about him. And I'm not a Scott Walker fan. I'd be the first one to admit it. But the point I'm trying to make, folks, is that if you really want change, then you need to get out there and vote for the person who you think is going to make the change the best for everybody in this country, for the entire United States of America, from the government all the way down to that poor person who cannot find a home to live in. And that's the other thing. When are we going to get the homeless off the streets, folks? When are we going to stop having people living out of cardboard boxes, living on benches? When is that going to happen, folks? Now, I understand some people may argue, well, that's the life they chose. But you know what? I know a lot of them that were dealt a pretty bad hand. And so, is that right to allow that to happen, but yet send billions to other foreign countries to help their citizens? We got a problem here, folks. That's just one of the many problems we face. So here's the bottom line. Let's get the word out. Call your networks. Call them. Call your news agencies. Call your local television station. I'll talk to anybody. Here's the other thing about me. I will be transparent. And what I mean by that, I will invite any members of press to come to me, ask me any question you want about my past, present, whatever you want to ask. I will answer honestly. And those of you who know me will know that my answers are honest. Okay? I've got nothing to hide, because here's the other thing. You should never hold someone's past against them anyway, but I have nothing to hide anyway. So let's have an honest politician. Boy, there's something different that we never have seen before. Let's be honest about that as well. I want to be that guy for you guys, because you are the American public. You deserve better. You've deserved better for a long time. And it's time. We are now in the year 2015, folks. Next year is election time. Are we going to continue the same process again? Are we going to vote for somebody in November 2016 and then cry about it for another 4 years? Or are we going to take action and get somebody in there that every day will be working for his country, because that's what he was put in office to do? Okay? That's the bottom line. We don't need another Clinton. We don't need another Bush in the White House. Let's be honest, folks. We have to make some changes. And it has to happen now. So let's do this, and let's do it the right way. Vote for me in 2016. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.